Okay, well, good morning, fans. Welcome in. Welcome back here on Audio Sports Online. I'm Rob Kendall. Lex Zorn will join us again here momentarily, where it's your Plainfield JV Quakers today. We just wrapped up our freshman Quaker broadcast, a nice 20-12 win over the Perry Meridian Falcons, and now Plainfield and Perry Meridian will do battle in JV football. And before we get started today, as you can see here, as we'll pan our camera around, the Quakers getting ready to go. We got about 2.5 minutes up on the clock. Let's thank our sponsors, which include Geodis, Jack's Donuts, Jeff Brown Photography, Karen Alexander Photography, Gunnell Financial, Deer Creek, the Beacon Sign Company, Deer Creek Golf Course, and LJS Contractors, amongst others, who make it possible for us to bring you these broadcasts, as well as the Brian Woodard Show here on AudioSportsOnline.com. So thanks for joining us. Plainfield Quakers and the Perry Meridian Falcons doing battle here tonight. Of course, last night it was a nice victory for the Plainfield varsity team, a 42-7 win over the Perry Meridian Falcons, moving them back to 500 on the year and at 2-2. So riding that momentum, trying to make it a sweep, the trifecta, if you will, as the victory's already in varsity and freshman action, and the JV will try to make it a clean sweep. Still got about a minute and a half left up on our clock, so we'll let you take a moment or two, enjoy the rest of the pregame warm-ups here, and then we will have JV football action for you here on AudioSportsOnline.com. All right, so we are ready to go. 30 seconds still up on the clock, but Plainfield says we've seen enough. We are ready to get this game underway. The Perry Meridian Falcons huddling on the far side of the field, and Plainfield, I believe, is going to be kicking it off to Perry Meridian, which is exactly what happened in the freshman game, and that turned out pretty well. So we hope that the JV game will go as well as the freshman game did. And I believe it's going to be 81 kicking it off for Plainfield. 81 is Ross Good. No, check that. It's going to be 92 kicking it off for Plainfield. Ian Keck. So Keck will kick it off. They play 10 minutes, 10-minute quarters, I should say, in JV action, unlike the 9 minutes they play in freshman or the 12 in varsity. So here we go. Keck to kick it off. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to sail deep. It's going to be hit, and it'll be, well, they're going to call that a touchback. It was actually touched at about the 2-yard line, but because the ball at one point entered the end zone at any time, they call that a touchback.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful morning for football. It was 66 early in the freshman game. Now it's up to 70 here in Plainfield. Got a really nice crowd, and like we were saying during the freshman half of the broadcast, it's great that they're starting to do these freshman and JV games as doubleheaders now.
Makes it easier on us, that is for sure.
Yeah, and far increases fan participation as well.
20, Ivan Caldera is the quarterback. He will take the snap and give it to the lone man in the backfield. We'll get you a name and a number here. 25, the running back, Wayne Day. So Caldera to Wayne Day, and they'll bring up second down.
So they give him credit for 2 on that one. Really nice crowd. They got several hundred fans here at Plainfield for this exciting doubleheader. hats off to the approximately 30 or so fans from Perry Meridian who made the trip from the south side of Indianapolis. Perry Meridian, the newest member by far of the Mid-State Conference.
Caldera hit as he throws, and it is going to be caught, though. Nice catch right here on the near side of the field. It was number 2, Leck.
Yeah, that was this first name is spelled S-A-I-E-N. Cyan, I guess, Cyan Wright. But anyway, it's if it counts, it's going to be good for 10 yards. It was a really ugly play. It looked like it was, not where it was intended, but Wright did make the grab nevertheless. He is a sophomore, 6 feet, 145. But apparently the play is going to count.
So it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Plainfield Quakers, or for the Perry Meridian Falcons against the Plainfield Quakers. Again, I'm Rob Kendall. He's Lex Zorn. Thanks for joining us here this morning.
Yeah, there have been several names that I've seen for the first time in my life today, and S-A-I-E-N is one of them.
So Caldera is working out of the gun. Day, the lone man in the backfield.
They were right on top of him. There's a late flag, however.
What a big hit that time by 43 for your Quakers. That's Mason Sheets. And that flag is going to be on Perry Meridian.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how the Perry Meridian JV does. Plainfield, like you said, Rob, trying to get the clean sweep, trying to win all 3 games over the weekend. Won the first one very easily last night, 42-7. Freshman game came much harder, 20-12.
9 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
So Caldera's he's got an arm. It was incomplete there. His intended receiver was Caleb Mcbride. But I'll tell you, he's a guy. Caldera is only a sophomore, 5'11", 165. I bet he's going to be a future varsity starter. So between him and then the freshman starter? Huckabee, yeah. So they've got a couple of promising quarterbacks coming down the turnpike, and that's something they can really build the program around. Perry Meridian has been a losing program for quite a few years consistently now.
Up to the 35 that time on the run. I believe that was Day. Yes, it was. So 4th and long coming up for Perry Meridian.
So they give Day credit for 2 on that one. But it's a Perry Meridian, if they get the program turned around, I think they will be very dominant here in the Mid-State Conference. They are, they have the biggest enrollment. They're the only 6A school out of the 8. The other schools are all 4A and 5A, and the punt is brought down at the 38 there. So Plainfield will take over on offense for the first time today at their own 39.
I believe that was 24 for Plainfield on the fair catch. Thomas Niswander.
And Niswander, a very common name here in the Plainfield program. Of course, Colin Niswander was the starting quarterback in the 2014 and 2015 seasons. And he is Colin Niswander, one of my all-time favorite players to commentate.
So your quarterback going to be Eric Moyers, number 7.
So his I guess, big brother, Aiden Moyers, the quarterback of the varsity team.
Stretch play to the left side. He's got the corner, some room to run, but taken down from behind. 17.
Tony Larison. So that's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 there. So it's Harrison, but with an L instead. And they give him credit for 5. First play turns out pretty well for Plainfield. Now Moyers. Now they got a reverse, and there's going to be a pass here. And it's caught inside the 40, inside the 35, inside the 30. So that's a good trick play there. It was Carson Works who threw the pass there.
Flag at the end of the play. That could be a face mask.
Yes, it could be.
And the pass was caught that time. I believe that was 25, Trevor Stutz.
Yeah, so so good trick play there. Where it's 26. It was 26 yards to begin with, and they're going to tack on another 15 yards. So Plainfield will have it at the 16. So Carson Works on a trick play, throws a 25-yard pass, and we got another 15 yards tacked onto it.
Gives straight ahead, and a couple of yards on the play.
So that was Larison there on the run. Give him credit for 5 on that. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. Second, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, working out of the gun. Go ahead, Luck.
Yeah, and now fakes the handoff to Larison. Screen pass to the right. It's complete, and he's going to be close to the first down. Let's see who that was. That was number 36. That is Tony Quinn there. So they give him credit for 5. That'll be first and goal. So now two different, hold that thought. So 2 receivers to each side now. A handoff there, I believe that's Larison. He's got some room on the right side. He's close to the first down. Did he break the plane?
Guys, could be a little short. Little short, very close though.
Yep. So Plainfield already knocking on the door. A welcome change from the freshman game where we didn't have any scoring until the last minute of the first half, and then we had quite a bit after that.
Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Snap, Gibbs straight ahead, and he will drive in for the score. 17 that time.
Tony Larison, 3 carries on the drive for 11 yards and a touchdown. And so we get a score much quicker today, only 3 minutes and 33 seconds into the game.
A really nice start to the ball game for the Quakers, who now will attempt to add the extra point, 92 Keck.
Conversions were a big struggle in the first game. All of the conversion attempts were 2-pointers, only 1 successful. This one, however, is
no good.
No, it hit the right upright.
Hit the upright, looked like it was going to go through, and unfortunately, no good.
So a bad day for conversions here at Plainfield, but otherwise a great day for football as your Quakers lead the Prairie Meridian Falcons 6-0, going for a clean sweep of the Falcons, having already won the varsity and freshman games. Beautiful morning here, 70 degrees, perfect weather for football. At least perfect weather from a fan's perspective. I would guess probably from a player's perspective with all the gear they have on, probably more like 55 or 60 would be a perfect weather for them. But nevertheless, a great day for the fans, and it's really nice to see, a crowd of this size here at Plainfield, and still, plenty of room here in the bleachers for everybody to spread out.
Keck will kick it away. Line drive kick.
So now brought up to about the 24, so Perry Meridian, first drive ended with a punt, now trying to match Plainfield's touchdown there.
Yeah, we will see what Caldera and company can do.
Indeed.
6:22 left to go here in the first quarter. Perry Meridian comes back onto the field.
So now, Falcons, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback does have a good arm. Ivan Caldera. Hands off, and he's up for about 2 or 3.
That was Wayne that time on the run.
Yeah, Wayne Day, the go-to guy early on. Give him credit for just one. So now, screen pass, and it's blocked to the ground. So 3rd and 9, and I'll tell you, if Plainfield gets the ball back with a chance to take a 2-possession lead, they can really seize momentum early, although as we learned in the freshman game, you got to be careful about taking your lead for granted because Plainfield led 20-0 late in the 3rd quarter, and Meridian had the ball with a chance to tie in the final seconds.
$5:28 left to go in the first quarter.
Oh, boy, a great effort there. And again, Calder having a great arm. He had a receiver open there. He just didn't make the grip. It was tough. He had to get down low to have a chance at it. But
Jeremiah Gonzalez, the intended receiver that time.
So now a 4th and 9, excuse me. And
this time it looks like it's 24. Nicewander back to receive the kick.
Yeah, Colin Nicewander is one of my all-time favorite Plainfield players. Very, very underrated player in Quaker history. And up to the 50, 45, and knocked out of bounds just shy of the 40, and we got a late flag here.
Usually in the area of a block in the back or a hold, Black, from that position of a flag.
So a couple of officials are deliberating. 5:13 to go here in the first quarter. And, Colin Nicewander, I always had such appreciation for him. He's not one of the, not even close to being one of the most talented quarterbacks. He was very physically limited. He was only 5'10 and 165, which is just about my height. And yet, he had like a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He was just a very smart player, a great game manager. And I best remembered in the sectional championship game in 2014 when he had a 28-yard keeper for a touchdown. And that helped the Quakers stay in the game.
First down and 10. Moyers, snap, back pass, throws, short, incomplete.
Yeah, Moyers. Moyers, another one of those last names that's very common here in Quaker football. There's a bunch: Middleton, Hagee, Vianger, Maple. The list goes on and on.
Snap, back to pass, screen pass caught, far side of the field, and up near midfield, taken down. Nice gain on the play by 25.
That was Stutz again, his second reception. They give him credit for 4 on that one. Stutz with the second reception. And now a screen pass over to the right. It is complete. He's got the first down and brought down inside the 40. So that was Stutz again. 2 consecutive plays now.
Yeah, Stutz has been Johnny on the spot.
So now screen pass again. And, he's on fire now. He's up for 9 yards, just short of another first down.
Bryce Pax with the reception that time.
Yes, that's right. So,
snap, back to pass. Has time. Fires, caught. Far side of the field, taken down around the 22-yard line.
Got the first down easily.
33 with the reception. Luke Leclerc.
So a whole slew of receivers now.
Back to pass. And now he's going to run with it. Yeah, he's going to keep it.
He's in the 20, yeah, inside the 15.
Took a big hit, but nice gain on the play. Close to a first down.
Yeah. Warriors with his first keeper of the game.
Two receivers to the left, one man to the right. Moyer's out of the gun.
Warriors gets 9 on that keeper.
Snap. Gibbs straight ahead. Big hole, center of the field. And that's going to bring up a first and goal. Is he still driving, Leck, inside the 5?
That was Works again. Works completed a 25-yard pass on the first possession on a trick play. Now it takes it in 10 yards there and gets the Quakers in position for another score.
Clock continues to wind. 3 minutes and counting left to go in the first quarter. Stretch play to Works. He's going to spin back, drives inside the 3, down around the 2.
So that's going to be a gain. So they're marking him at the 2. So things looking up for the Quakers now. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Moyer's in shotgun. Fake handoff to Works, rolls to his right, looks in the end zone, throws, and he's got a touchdown.
Nice pitch and catch that time. Easy score. 36 it looked like.
Yep, that's Tony Quinn with his second reception of the game, first touchdown. So Quinn for 2 yards there. And Moyers with his first touchdown pass. So now another extra point. Keck was no good on his first extra point attempt. And now we got a flag here.
I think it's a sideline warning potentially as he's given the business to the Plainfield sideline. No movement of the ball, though.
That's right.
And whatever it is, that official is not happy. Oh, there it is, and coach has got the heave-ho, I think.
Oh, well, you don't see that too much, especially in JV ball. So let's see what happens here.
Well, we threw the flag again, but the coach is still on the field, so that's he's been telling him twice he's got to go.
Wow. Yeah, I in situations like this, I try to be pretty neutral because I don't know what's being said. I mean, I usually don't give much of an opinion unless I see like somebody throw a chair or something of that magnitude. So, and the funny thing is, the conversation from my vantage point didn't appear to be that heated.
No, they got 2 flags out of it, though, so they're going to be at the 32-yard line trying to pick up this extra point.
So they'll go for 2 now.
So apparently that first flag he threw was not a warning. It was a personal foul, or whatever.
Yeah.
What do they call that when it's the coach?
Yeah.
Had Brian Woodard over there having a little conversation with him. Now they told him he's got to leave, and he still hasn't left. So we'll see if he.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see if they let it go or not. But I don't. That ball's all the way back at the 32-yard line. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, I now apparently there's some confusion because now they're moving back the other direction. I heard somebody.
Oh, they're gonna take it on the kickoff, which that makes sense.
Yeah,
if you got the option.
Yeah, so especially after Keck missed the first extra point, you want to give him a chance to make the next one.
All right, Keck with the extra point attempt. Snap spot. Kick is up. Kick is good this time, right down the middle.
Yep.
So Plainfield will kick it off from where to be determined, but it's now 13-0.
Yes. And so it's glad to see you made the extra point too. It's 2:17 to go. Plainfield. Remember last game they led. Last game they led. They led 20-0 before Perry Meridian came back to make it 21-12. So we'll see what happens in this game.
Am I dreaming right now, or am I actually dreaming?
So it's been a great afternoon so far, and Plainfield trying to complete the 3-game weekend sweep of the Mid-State Conference rival Falcons. This is the second week of Mid-State Conference play. Plainfield opened the season playing non-conference games against Carmel and against cross-county rival Tri-West. And the game against Carmel, I think, will have to go down as one of the biggest oddities in school history. That it was a game that was scheduled just about 3 days in advance after Plainfield's scheduled opponent, Greenfield Central, backed out because of health concerns of, multiple players.
So they're going to kick off from the 12. All right.
So presumably the Falcons will get at least a decent field position here, which they need, already down 13 points here in the first quarter.
Good kick.
Yeah.
Will be taken back of the 35, across the 40, stays on his feet.
Oh, he's got some room. Well, he might have had more if he had not tripped, but he did get into.
Yeah, he took himself down.
Yeah. So that was a good return there of over 20 yards there by Cyan Wright, who had also had a reception early in the game, showing some good speed there. So there is some talent on this Perry Meridian team. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Perry Meridian. Handoff there. He's got a whole falls forward after tackle, twists around, and good effort there. That was Wayne Day again with his best carry of the game. They give him credit for 4 on that one.
Minute 30 left to go in the first quarter.
$1:23 to go. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Day still in there, I believe, at running back. Caldera, the quarterback, showing a lot of talent. And now they pressured him, but he gets rid of it, and he's got a first down and more and inside the 30. And that's Day there with his first reception inside the 25, getting a lot of yards after contact. That'll be about a 22-yard pickup there.
Falcons are doing bad right now.
So that'll be a gain of 22 yards there.
What does down mean?
50 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Indeed. So now, handoff there, and Day twists around, and he might have gained 1 or 2 yards on a second effort.
So the ball will be spotted at the...
So they give him no gain there.
Yeah, down to the... Still at the 28, as you said, Lex. Second and 10.
That's right. So Perry Meridian showing some life here on offense. It did help that they got the great field position after, the kickoff from, I think it was the 12 or 13. And it looks like that's going to be the end of, yes. So the clock runs out after 1 quarter of play here at Plainfield. Your score, Plainfield 13, Perry Meridian 0. You're listening to Plainfield Quakers football on audiosportsonline.com.
Thanks to our sponsors, Giatis, Jeff Brown Photography, Gunnell Financial, Beacon Sign Company, Deer Creek Golf Course, Karen Alexander Photography, Jack's Donuts, also LJS Contractors. Thanks to all of those folks that have made it possible for us to be able to come out and broadcast high school football this year, Plainfield football, as well as the Brian Woodard Show on Audio Sports Online.
Yeah, and I hope you all will listen to the Coach Brian Woodard Show. You know, he always gives an in-depth interview, and always has a lot of interesting things to say. He's fair and he's balanced, and he's not afraid to give harsh opinions, especially about the IHSAA's lack of competitive balance in the sectionals. Yeah, I always love listening to his show, and he has a good point about that too. By the way, I mean, I would love to see some kind of seeding system here in Indiana high school football. And you put Plainfield in a lot of the sectionals in this state. I mean, the 5A sectionals, and they would have far more tournament wins in school history. That's for sure. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Caldera drops back to pass. He throws on the right side. He's got a man open, and he makes the catch inside the 10.
What a catch.
Yeah.
Number 8 that time for Perry Meridian with the reception, and that is Caleb McBride.
Yeah, so, and they're going to mark it. Oh, he got a better spot than I thought, so that'll be a 23-yard pickup there. So, Perry Meridian showing some signs of life there on offense. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Day, the running back. Day gets it. He's got some room, and yes, he's in for the touchdown. So Perry Meridian is back in this game with 9:51 to go here in the first quarter. 13-6 with the conversion pending. So the couple of penalties after the touchdown really end up paving the way for the Falcons to get the lead back to 1 possession. It'd be interesting to know exactly what happened. It's one time we wish the coaches were mic'd, but nevertheless, they're going for the 2-point conversion here, which would cut the lead to 5. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Back to pass.
And it's overthrown.
So 13-6 the score, 9:50 left to go in the
it was
second quarter.
2-yard touchdown pass, a 2-yard touchdown rush by Wayne Day. One of the bright spots for Perry Meridian so far in this game. Day is a sophomore, 5'8", 160. He's done some good things on the ground. And how the conversion woes fail, though. We've had, between the 2 games today, 8 touchdowns, 2 successful conversions. So a lot of, good to, and Day, by the way, also on that drive, in addition to the touchdown, he helped set it up with a 22-yard reception. So 9:50 to go in the second quarter. Your score, Plainfield 13, Perry Meridian 6, JV action, game 4 of the season out of 9. Taking on a hop at the 16, brought up to, that's works there, gets it up to about the 29. So Plainfield now trying to get that 2-possession lead back. Mostly they've played very well, but the 2 penalties after the last touchdown did help set up that Perry Meridian touchdown. And now we got another flag here. This one against Perry Meridian. So 1st and 5. So Moyers now lines up under shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Now fakes the handoff. completion there, number 34. He's got the first down and more up to about the 50. So that's going to be a gain of about 17 yards there. And let's see, that's Grant Irwin there with a 17-yard reception. Already, let's see, already the 5th different Quaker to catch a pass. Their last game that we commentated 2 weeks ago, they had 8. That one covers 17 yards. So now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fakes the handoff, screen pass. This time it's caught up to the 45, and trying to get some blocking from his own guys up to about the 42. That time it was Pax again, his second catch of the game. They give him credit for 7 on that one. So for 2nd and 3, now we got moving at the line, and we got a flag there. But I'll tell you, with all, and then we don't forget we had 5 Quakers, and that's going to be offsides against Perry Meridian. So the second Falcon penalty on this drive, automatic first down. But remember, we had 5 Quakers catch a pass in the freshman game. Now already 6 here in the JV game. So bright future. And now a screen pass, just a little bit overthrown there. Pax was the intended receiver. He would have had at least a few yards had he made the reception. Moyers has mostly been on target today, though. He's looked really sharp. So I guess probably next year after Aiden Moyers graduates, I guess Cale Vanderbush, who's still playing who's played heavy minutes 2 years in a row now, will probably take over as the starter. But I bet Moyers will, well, hold on. And now a handoff there to Works, and he's up for about 5. Yeah, they give Works credit for 4 there. He had 10 on his first. 8:15 to go here in the second quarter. Coming at you live here on audiosportsonline.com. This is our 13th consecutive season of bringing you Plainfield Quakers football. And now another flag here. There was clear movement at the line. And I'll tell you, another 5 yards. And, this is something, if you're the Perry Meridian coaching staff, you got to be really concerned about, because you've given Plainfield 15 free yards on this drive. And now handoff there, and he's got the first down and more inside the 20, inside the 15. So now Carson Works there with the gain of well over 10 yards. Let's see where they mark him. So that'll be a gain of about 14 there for Works. So Plainfield, and now we got an injured Quaker down, 7:45 to go. Hopefully this is not serious. And he's being attended to by Quaker personnel. The clock stops now, 7:45 to go in the second quarter. When we resume play, Plainfield will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Perry Meridian, 13, leading by a score of 13-6. The injured Quaker, by the way, is Tony Quinn, who already has a touchdown reception in this game. Now he's up and he's walking off the field groggily, but on his own power, getting a nice ovation from these fans here. So, hopefully he'll be okay. And now he's walking over to the bench. So now Plainfield gets back in formation here. They've got Antonio Williams lined up to the right. And we got Grant Irwin, and I believe that's one other player lined up to the left. And now they give it to Works. He's inside the 10. He's weaves his way up to about the 5. So that's going to be close to a first down there. 7:34 to go and counting. They give him credit for 8. Carson Works, by my count, already 4 rushes, 36 yards. That's an even 9 a carry. So Plainfield very close to getting that 2-possession lead back. Plainfield won the varsity game last night 42-7. Hold that thought. So now a handoff again. No, fakes the handoff. Moyers has got plenty of room. He could take it in himself. He does. He's got the touchdown. So with 7, and we got a late, I think they're going to get Perry Meridian for a late hit there. So I believe the touchdown will count. If it does, it'll be 19-6 Plainfield with the conversion pending on a 5-yard touchdown rush by Moyers, the quarterback. So that's Eric Moyers. Eric with an A, very unusual spelling, A-R-I-K. Moyers, I believe that was his first keeper of the game. He faked the handoff to Works, who went left. Then Moyers rolled right, and he had plenty of options, and he took it all the way in himself. 7:06 to go here in the second quarter. And now Keck missed his first extra point, made his second. Now his third is up, and it is good. So 2 out of 3 today for Ian Keck, a 6'2", 140-pound sophomore. So Plainfield now back in good control of this game after Perry Meridian got back in it, thanks in part because of a couple of 15-yard penalties after Plainfield's second touchdown. But, you know, what you really have to like right now, if you're a Plainfield fan, which you probably are if you're watching this, is, you know, you look at, for example, Perry Meridian. They got a couple of players in the JV game did well. A couple of players here, a couple of players in the freshman game did well. A couple of players here in the JV game are doing well. But with Plainfield, there's not been one dominant player. I mean, the workload has been spread around so much. You already have 5 Quakers who've caught a pass today. Not only has Moyers been on fire, but also running back Carson Works also threw a pass for 25 yards. And then Works has also done really well on the ground. So it's really been, a great team effort, and it shows how many pieces this program has to build around. So very bright future here for Quakers football. So, the varsity's 2-2 now after last night's big win, and but I think the future is going to be even better. So kick inside the 10, right up now to the 15, 20, 25. He's got some room on the left side, and he gets out. He's knocked out of bounds around the 27. So with 7:01 to go here in the second quarter, Perry Meridian now takes over on offense, trying to cut the lead back to 1 possession. They did move the ball very well on their last possession, culminating with a 2-yard touchdown rush by Wayne Day. Plainfield does get the ball first to start the start this second half. It's a beautiful. So anyway, 7:01 to go here in the second quarter. Plainfield leading 20-6 here. Second, and now a handoff there today again, and they're right on top of him, but he is tough. He gets 2 or 3 yards after contact, so Wayne Day showing a lot of toughness there for the Falcons. 5'8", 160. 6:46 to go, and now we got another Quaker down. Hopefully this is not serious. He is moving his arms around, but he does appear to be in distress as they give Day credit for 3 yards there. So it's so now while the Plainfield player is being attended to, let's look at what all the Hendricks County teams did in varsity action last night. As I said, Plainfield beat Perry Meridian 42-7. The 2 6A teams from the county met up last night at Brownsburg with the second-ranked Brownsburg Bulldogs beating the 14th-ranked Avon Orioles by a score of 47-29. Brownsburg moved up to 4-0 on the season, while Avon dropped to a disappointing 1-3. Although they do have the remainder of their schedule does have a lot of very winnable games. In Class 3A, the 5th-ranked Danville Warriors had a triumph last night. First of all, in that they actually had a game Their first game since their opening night win over Franklin. 2 weeks ago, they canceled their game against Mooresville because of players in quarantine. And last week, their game against Lebanon was canceled by Lebanon because of players in quarantine. However, last night, the Warriors did play. Again, ranked number 5 in the state in Class 3A, got an easy 56-0 win over Crawfordsville. Meanwhile, also in Class 3A, Tri-West, the number 14 ranked team in that class, got a really nice 41-14 win over Western Boone, who won the Class 2A state championship the last 2 years. So that was a big win there for second-year head coach Jason Ward there at Tri-West. It looks like Tri-West now is their best team in several years now, since the Chris Cole era. And finally, in Class 2A, the Cascade Cadets got their first win of the season in a very big way. They entered the game not only 0-3, but having scored only 6 points all year. Last night, they beat that by a huge margin, beating Cloverdale by a score of 56-0, and also giving head coach Connor Simmons his first career win. Connor Simmons taking over for Steve Spinks, who went on down to Indian Creek. So, a great night for Hendricks County football. The only loss by a Hendricks County team last night came against another Hendricks County team. So, and 4 of the 6 teams entered the game having votes in the AP polls. So, things going really well for Hendricks County football this year. And still a lot of football to be played. Next Friday will be the halfway mark of the regular season. And I think several of the teams have a good shot to make a good tournament run. And speaking of Plainfield, they will be on the road next Friday down in Greenwood against the host Greenwood Woodmen, a classic mid-state conference matchup, 2 teams that are longtime rivals. Greenwood will enter the game, as will Plainfield, with a record of 2-2, so each team will be vying to get above 500. And now we've got a golf cart here on the field. The injured player is still down, and all the players for both teams now just kneeling on the sidelines. When we resume play, Plainfield will be up 20-6. Perry Meridian will have the ball 2nd and 6 at their own 27. Plainfield, I believe, has scored on every possession of this game. Hopefully, I try to never speculate about the nature of injuries. Hopefully, this one is not serious, but you always should take, of course, every reasonable precaution. Anyway, it's been an exciting weekend of football. Like I said, Plainfield last night, a 42-7 win over Perry Meridian in the varsity game. Earlier today, here on audiosportsonline.com, a game that will be archived in just a little while. Plainfield, in a very exciting game, won the freshman game 20-12. And now the player is up, and he is now getting a nice ovation here. He's walking to the golf cart. He's limping, but the good news is he is standing. So, and he's going to be carted off for attention. Hopefully it is not serious. It was good to see him standing even with help. So now the Plainfield defensive players return to the field. We have a really nice crowd here. Like Rob Kendall and I have talked about several times today, it's great that now the athletic program is running they're running these double headers, where now instead of the freshmen at one site and the JV at the other, they're just going to have double headers, which makes it easier for the staff, that they don't have to split up, and it makes it easier for the fans. You can, like, let's say you got one son playing freshman, the other playing JV, you can now see both games. You don't have to choose between one or the other. And now, so the injured player for Plainfield is Mason Sheets, number 43. And he's now over here on the Plainfield sideline. Got another nice ovation. So now 2nd and 6 at the 26 for Perry Meridian. Back to action here. 11:38 your time of day. And now it's incomplete, just a little bit too far to the left. 3 for 6 through the air for Ivan Caldera now, the Perry Meridian starting quarterback. Perry Meridian, the new kids on the block here in the Mid-State Conference. A conference that for many years has mostly been very stable. So now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Big third down for Perry Meridian, trying to stay in it, trying to get the lead back to 1 possession. 6:37 to go here in the second quarter. Plainfield gets the ball first to start the second half. The snap, it's high, but he gets it. Throws it down the right side. He's got a man open, and he had it, but he just didn't get the grip on it. The intended receiver was Jeremiah Gonzalez, a junior, so that'll bring up 4th and 6, and likely a punt here for the Falcons. So now Plainfield will get a chance to So now the Quakers have 1 man back deep to punt, and we got a flag here. Perry Meridian takes a timeout, their first timeout, with 6:32 to go here in the first quarter. So at this time, I mentioned next Friday, Plainfield will be down at Greenwood. Then the week after that, a week from Friday, they will be back here at home to face their biggest arch rival, the Decatur Central Hawks, a team that has beaten us 10 straight times, including a couple of heartbreakers, I believe 3 times in the playoffs as well. So that's a game we're going to be wanting to win in the worst way. And hope you all will get out to both of those games. And then 3 weeks from tonight, we will be, 2 weeks from Friday night, week 7, the Quakers will visit Franklin. And then, of course, we'll be bringing you the freshman and JV games the next day. More on that later. So now the punt. It's high. It looks like it's going to bounce around midfield. This bounce is still in Perry Meridian territory, and they down it there at their own 47 or 48. So Plainfield will be taking over an excellent field position at their own 47. 6:24 to go here. So if they get a touchdown on this possession, that'll make it a 3-touchdown lead, and then they'll get the ball first to start the second half, and then they'll really have a chance to take firm control of this game. So Plainfield, and one reason why I like their chances to hang on and cruise to an easy win today is because of all the weapons they can hit you with. Already 5 Quakers have caught a pass in this game. 8 did a couple of weeks ago in our last broadcast, the one against Tri-West a couple of weeks ago. So 1 receiver to each side, 2 receivers, I'm sorry. And now, but they got Moyers down for a sack, so Perry Meridian not going to roll over and die. And they got him for a big sack. That's going to be a loss of about 5 or 6. So very good job there by the. That's an 8-yard loss. Wow, that was a big time sack there by the Falcons. So now all of a sudden, Perry Meridian showing some confidence and believing that they can get back in this game. And, obviously their first point of order is to stop a score on this drive. And now a screen pass. Oh, and it is, he had it, but he dropped it. The intended receiver there was Nate Torres, who would have been the 6th Quaker to catch a pass. And now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 16. So, one more play and Perry Meridian can get the ball back. And they do have a quarterback, with a great arm. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now Moyers, they got him for another sack. So all of a sudden, Perry Meridian coming alive on defense. Wow. I am impressed. So they got 1 sack for 6 yards, now another for 4. So they're playing like they want to, get the lead back to 1 possession before they head to the locker room. or head to wherever it is that they go during the halftime, because the freshmen did not go to the locker room. They just, hung around the end zones. So now, Franklin, I'm sorry, Perry Meridian. I'm getting ahead of myself. Perry Meridian calls for a fair catch there at the 21 and gets it. So now, and by the way, that was Ashton Smith there for Perry Meridian. So now Perry Meridian with a very critical drive, 4:37 to go in the second quarter, takes over, 2 timeouts left, trying to get a touchdown to make it a one-possession game going into halftime. Because remember, Plainfield does get the ball first to start the second half. So anyway, the Quakers, meanwhile, trying to complete the 3-game weekend sweep of their newest conference rival and their only 6A conference rival. Now, pass up the middle. It is caught for the first down, so good start to the drive for Perry Meridian. The Falcons starting to get some momentum here. 17-yard pickup there. That was Aiden Barker there on the reception there. So things starting to look up a little bit for the and now a rush there. I believe that was Day again. He gets about 5 or 6 around the left side. They give him credit for 5 there. Day also has the only Perry Meridian touchdown of this game. So all of a sudden, the momentum of this game slowly creeping toward the Falcons. So 4:04 to go now.
Oh, hit and dropped. Huge hit in the backfield.
So, yeah, after Moyers was dropped for a couple of sacks on Plainfield's last possession, now the Quakers returning the favor there.
Number 40, Gavin Hendry with the big hit.
Yes. So now all of a sudden, a very critical 3rd and long after a 7-yard loss there.
Came right around the edge that time, Leck. Nobody got him, and he put the hurt on Caldera.
Yeah, so great momentum rebuilding play there for the Falcons, for the Quakers, excuse me. And now he throws it to get rid of it. This is a very interceptable ball, and he just threw it. That was a very dangerous pass. Should have never been thrown that way, but lucky it wasn't intercepted. Nevertheless, Plainfield apparently will get the ball back on a punt with 3:20 to go here in the second quarter and a 20-6 lead over Perry Meridian. And now we got a flag. So let's see here. It's going to be against Perry Meridian. So Plainfield should get the ball back in very good field position. They have all 3 timeouts. So a very good shot to get another score. I believe the last possession was the only possession of this game in which they haven't scored. Low snap, but he gets it. It's a very bad punt. It hits at the 40. It does take a little bit of a Perry Meridian bounce up about 8 or 9 yards, and they down it just inside their territory at the 49. So Plainfield with 3:09 to go, only 49 yards to make it a 3-touchdown game. So that 7-yard sack, a huge play for the for Plainfield to get the momentum back when it looked like they were losing it. And at the same time, you take away that and now they give it. I believe that was Works there. But if you take away those 2 penalties after the second touchdown, as Works picks up about 3 there, Plainfield could easily have As they give Works credit for 2 there. Plainfield, though, could easily have a shutout going here, because the ensuing penalties gave as an incomplete pass there. There was an incomplete pass there by Moyers, bringing up 3rd and long. But you take away those penalty yards, there's a good chance Perry Meridian does not get that score. Although Day did, to his credit, have a 20-some yard return that helped, helped out as well. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. Handoff there to Works. He's got some room over the right side. He's got the first inside the 35, 30, 25. So a good gain there by Carson Works. That's going to be a pickup of about 20 yards there. Let's see where they mark him. Didn't get quite as good a spot as I thought, but he still got a 19-yard gain up to the 28. 6 for 57 on the ground for Works, now nearly 10 yards a carry. 2:33 to go, so Plainfield's, especially with all 3 timeouts, plenty of time to milk the clock and get the score. Hand off to Works now. He's got some room over on the left side, but they're on top of him, and he's brought down for a loss. So good awareness there by Perry Meridian. The Falcons' rushing defense has looked pretty good here on the last couple of possessions, and they got him down for -4 there. So 2:28 to go. Clock stopped here in the second quarter. Plainfield 20, Perry Meridian 6. This is the junior varsity portion of our broadcast. And now Moyers takes snap, fakes the pass, now throws it, and he's got a completion there on the left side. He's inside the 20. So that's going to be, let's see, who was that? That was Luke Leclerc with his second reception of the game. He's going to be up close to the first down. Or did he get it? I didn't think he quite got that far, but let's see here. Yes, so that they said he got it. So Leclerc with his so now 1st and 10 at the 18. Now hands off to Works. He's got something on the right side inside the 15. We got a flag, and he's brought down at about the 12. So let's see what the call is here. It's been a real team effort. A lot of strong performances across the board for the Quakers. Let's see if this one counts or not. If it is against Plainfield, that'll be a good break for Perry Meridian, who's trying to avoid going down any further before halftime, especially since Plainfield does get the ball first to start the second half. And it's going to be holding against Plainfield. So that takes it back to the 26. So now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Moyers in shotgun. Drops back, he's got plenty of time. Rolls to his right. Now he dodges a sack, and now he goes over to the left. He's got some room, and he could run it quite a distance to the 25, 20, and he's brought down to about the 18, so he does get about to the original line of scrimmage, or the original first down marker. So a nice way to avoid what could have been a big loss there. So overall, Plainfield, doing very well on this drive. And, 1:12 to go, and they still have all 3 timeouts. So now we got a clock stoppage here. And now another Quaker hurt. That's the 3rd Quaker who's been banged up today. This time it's Moyers. So it looks like we're going to see a new quarterback here.
Well, he may have hurt his shoulder there, Leck. He's grabbing his shoulder. And,
yeah.
As someone who has separated both of their shoulders over the years, it's never a good thing.
Yeah, it's a concern. So we'll see, what difference that affects has on this game. but when we resume play here, it will be 2nd and 11 for the Quakers, presumably with a new quarterback, as Aiden Moyers appears to be shaken up from that last play. And, you know, he was a heroic play. I mean, he dodged a couple of sacks and, was able to get back, and salvage only a 1-yard loss. But nevertheless, it has been a good game for the Quakers. Just hate to see that now 3 injuries now here in the first half. And, I consider myself lucky. I've commentated now 95 varsity games and then a few dozen JV freshman games, as well as, probably a couple hundred basketball games. And, in all that time, I think I've commentated one very serious injury, amazingly. We're very lucky. Of course, conditioning has gotten better. Training's gotten a lot better. So now we're back to action here. We got the Quakers. They've got Mills and Shainer lined up to the right, one receiver to the left. Let's see who the quarterback is, and I can't tell from my vantage point yet. Works still in there at running back, though. Now handoff to Works, and he's inside the 15, inside the 10. He's going to be up close to the first down. He might have it. It's going to be very close, depending on the spot. So let's see here. Okay, Chris Stevens, a quarterback, a sophomore, is in there. He is 5'10", 140. Man, they definitely need to bulk him up. But they did give him Works credit for the first down now. So now Stevens in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fake standoff to Works, throws in the end zone. He's got it's off target. So Stevens incomplete on his first pass of the game. He is the 3rd Quaker to throw a pass in this game. Of course, Moyers, the starting quarterback, also Carson Works threw and completed a pass on a surprise play earlier in the game. But this is a team that can hit you from a lot of directions, which is great to see if you're a Plainfield fan.
Yeah, we'll see what Stevens has to offer here, Leck, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Yep, so this will be some great game experience for him. And now he takes the ball, hands off to Works again. He's inside he's up to about the 5. So 39 seconds left. Remember, all 3 timeouts, too. So,
yeah, I think their goal here is to not let Perry Meridian get the ball back with any time.
Yeah, as they give Works credit for 2 there. So it's a overall very good game by Plainfield. So now, once again, no gain. So now you better use the timeout here as Works is stuffed there. So yeah, but that's why you got to save your timeouts for situations like this. So now they give him credit for 2. It's a 4th and goal. So hopefully we'll complete this play. 13 seconds to go. But even if we don't, the good news is that even if we don't get the score here, then we've still got a 2-touchdown lead and the ball first to start the second quarter. But yeah, it would be great to get that 3-possession lead and go into halftime with full control of this game. So now we line up. We've got, let's see, 2 receivers out to the right. We've got Shainer and Mills, and then Works is still in there. And now Shainer comes over to the left along with Leclerc. Works the running back. Low snap, but he gets it. Hands it off to Works. They're on top of him. He's brought down a yard short. So great effort. Falls just a little short for the Quakers, and they will have to settle for a 14-point halftime lead. And I think that's one thing about this game you'd like to see. It'd be nice if Plainfield had one more threat as a rusher. Works has been just about the only guy who's rushed for Plainfield in this game. So
All right, 1/2 in the books, Leck.
Yep. So overall, a first half that was dominated by Plainfield. Unfortunately, there were a couple of penalties there after that second touchdown that led us to kick off from the 12 or 13, giving Perry Meridian great scoring position that they took advantage of. But other than that, this has been, largely a blotch-free game for the Quakers. The concern is that we've had 3 players go down with injuries, but as far as the execution, it's been overall very good in most areas of the game.
All right, we'll take a pause. We'll be back with the second half. Plainfield leads it by 2 scores, 20-6.
Yeah. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're about to start the second half here of the second half of our doubleheader. Earlier this morning in the freshman game, Plainfield in a thriller held off to beat Perry Meridian by a score of 20-12. Now here in the JV game, Plainfield leads 20-6, and the Quakers have largely dominated the game. Plainfield gave up their only score after giving up two 15-yard penalties after their second touchdown that led them to kick off from their own 12 or 13-yard line, resulting in a Plainfield score, in a Perry Meridian score, excuse me. Other than that, though, the Quakers, just about the only other blotch on their performance is that their last drive ended with a turnover and downs on the Perry Meridian 2 when the Quakers had a chance to take a three-possession lead into the half. Nevertheless, they get the ball first to start the second half, and now we'll have a chance to take that three-possession lead here. So we got the clock set to 10 minutes. They play 10-minute quarters here in JV ball. My name is Lex Zorn. I'm joined, as usual, by Rob Kindle. We're excited to be bringing you Plainfield Quakers football as always. This is my 9th year here with Audio Sports Online covering Quakers football. It's been great to watch this program continue to grow over the years, and hopefully I'll stick around and commentate many more. So anyway, here's the kickoff. It is fielded at about the 20, right up to the 25, and he breaks a tackle, plows past the 30 up to about the 32. So decent run back there. And now, but he's okay. He's slow to get up. There were three Quakers injured in the first half. I'm glad we didn't have a fourth there. I was a little nervous when he didn't immediately get up, but now he seems to be fine. So let's see. That was, I believe that was Isaac Thompson there. I'm sorry, there's Trevor Stutz there on the return, number 25. So now the Quakers go back on offense here. Right now they've got backup quarterback Chris Stevens in the game. He is a sophomore. Eric Moyers was injured there late in the first half. So now Stevens takes it with two receivers to the right, one to the left, one running back. Hands off, and he's got some room over 35, 40, 45. He's got the first down and more. So very good start to the drive there. So that's Troy Larison there, who had a few good moments there in the first half. They give him credit for 15 on that one, including a touchdown. And that's his longest carry of the game. They give him credit for 15 on that one. So now, hand off to Larison again. This time they're ready for him. He does plow forward, however, for about 2 positive yards there. 9:19 to go. And, it would be great to see the Quakers milk 5-6 minutes off the clock here. I don't know what kind of arm Stevens has there as they give Larison credit for 2 yards on that play. And now a handoff there to Larison. They're right on top of him, though, and he's stopped right around the line of scrimmage. So Perry Meridian, around the middle of the second quarter, really started turning it on with their rushing defense and getting some good stops there, including stopping Works there short of the goal line there at the end of the second quarter there. So Larison actually gets a 1-yard loss there. But hopefully they'll get some good looks at him here in the second half because Works did a vast majority of the rushing work there in the first half. And now a wide open pass, and he breaks a tackle. He could go a long way. He's up to about the 30 now. So, yeah, that was passed there to Grant Irwin. So that's going to be a 21-yard pickup, and that moves the chains there. 8:19 to go here in the first quarter. So that's also the first pass, the first completion of the game for Stevens, and the second reception for Irwin. His first was for 17. And now handoff there to Larison, and he gets up for about 3. So Grant Irwin showing a lot of promise there. Larison with 2 yards on that carry. He also scored a touchdown on a 1-yard rush there in the first quarter to open the scoring, in fact. So 2nd and 8. Now we got some movement at the line, and we got a flag here. So most, not a perfect game, but a very good game for the Quakers, as was the case, in the freshman game. A few things to work on, in each case. But, that's why you play these games, because there's only so much you can learn in practice. You got to get these kids in game action. So it's great that they have these. And now throws up in the middle, and it's deflected. It was thrown into double coverage. And a Perry Meridian player pounded the turf in agony, disappointed that he didn't make the interception. And that would have been huge for the Falcons. They would have had the ball with a chance to make it a one-possession game here. Still in the first half of the third quarter. 3rd and 3 now after that penalty. So Stevens now 1 for 3 since he replaced the injured Eric Moyers. However, his one completion did go for 21 yards. And now handoff to Larison, but he's tripped up and he only gets a couple. He's going to be a little bit short of the first down. So I think it's going to be 4th and 1. I imagine they will go for it here. Yes, they will. So Larison, the workhorse on rushing to start off the second half here. 7:04 to go. Your score: Plainfield 20, Perry Meridian 6. So now we've got Irwin and Stutz lined up to the right. Then I believe, that's Leclerc and one other player lined up to the left. I can't tell from my vantage point. Larison, the running back, and Stevens, the backup quarterback, in the game now, as Eric Moyers went out late in the second quarter, apparently with the shoulder injury. Hopefully he will be okay. 4th and 1 here. A huge play for the Perry Meridian defense. They would love to get the ball back with a chance to make it a one-possession game again. So finally about to resume play here. A lot of options for Plainfield. Oh, the other receiver now I can see, it's Brett Shainer. He is a sophomore for Plainfield. Plainfield varsity now with a record of 2-2. They've alternated losses and wins on the season. And, maybe the most important game they played all year so far was the week 1 loss, and they're actually doing a measurement here. But, that week 1 loss to Carmel might have been the most important game that Plainfield plays all season, because that's likely going to be the best team that Plainfield plays, and they're about 6 inches short of the first down here after that measurement. But that will probably be the first team that Plainfield plays all season, and playing a team of that magnitude on 3 days' notice, that's a lot to ask of your players. But they rose to the occasion. Were very competitive, all things considered. Lost by 25 points, and keep in mind, Carmel routinely beats teams by 50 or more. So I went into that game believing if we lost by 30 or less, it would be a moral victory. So we held our own, and I'll hold that thought now. Back to action here. Just need about 6 inches. Snap. And now we got another flag here. Perry Meridian is clapping, pretty confident that it's against Plainfield, and it is. So a very manageable 4th and a few inches now goes back to 4th and 5 here. 6:53 to go here in the third quarter at Plainfield. So now Quakers in a much tighter position, but they have enough weapons. It's not an insurmountable order by any means. So now Stevens gets the snap, drops back, throws up the middle, and it is incomplete. So very, very big break for Perry Meridian. They stopped works at the 2-yard line at the end of the first half, and now the Quakers turned it over on downs well into Perry Meridian territory here to start off the second half. Perry Meridian could be down by 4 touchdowns now. As it is, they're down by 2, and they have the ball.
Let's thank our sponsors that make Plainfield football possible: Giatis, Jack's Donuts, Jeff Brown Photography, Karen Alexander Photography, Deer Creek Golf Club, Gannell Financial, The Beacon Sign Company, LJS Contractors.
So now back to action here at Plainfield. Ivan Caldera is the quarterback. He's lined up with 2 receivers to each side, 1 running back. I believe Day is still in there. 6:37 to go in the third quarter. Plainfield, Perry Meridian trying to cut it to a 1-possession game again. Seems to, be looking to the sideline for instructions. And takes the snap now, throws over to the right, and it is tipped, and it is intercepted. No, he dropped it, sorry, but there's a flag, so let's see what that's all about.
That was a great defense that time by 81 for Plainfield. Ross Good.
Yeah. So, and he did a good job tipping it up where he would have had a chance to catch it himself. He nearly did, and I got a little bit ahead of myself when I said he had made the catch. But nevertheless, let's see what the flag is about. And it's going to be against Plainfield. Holding. So now let's see, they move it up to the 35. So 6:32 to go, and that will be an automatic first down. So the Falcons now. Snap. Throws over to the right side, and it's just too high. He just, threw it over his head. He had a man wide open, just, needed to throw it a few inches lower. Nevertheless, Caldera has shown some promise in this game, both through the air and on the ground. Both Perry Meridian quarterbacks today, Caldera and then the one in the freshman game, both showing a lot of promise. And now he's got a room here, Days inside the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, and he's brought down inside the 15. So by far the best offensive play that the Falcons have had all day, a gain of almost 50 yards there by Day. So that's exactly what they need. Wayne Day there. He is a very promising sophomore there for the Falcons, and that play covers 48 yards. He plowed through it like an 18-wheel truck. He also scored a touchdown in the first half, so now Perry Meridian in the red zone, trying to make it a 1-possession game again. High snap, but he gets it today again. This time they're ready for him, and he only gets a yard or two. So they'll mark him right at the 15, 2nd and 8, 6:06 to go here in the third quarter. Plainfield 20, Perry Meridian 6. Quakers trying to complete the 3-game weekend sweep of the conference rival Falcons. 3 receivers now to the right, 1 to the left. Now handoff to he did hand off today, and this time they brought him down for a big loss. So they went to the well one too many times. So now that'll bring it down. That's a 4-yard loss there. So Day, since the 48-yard rush, he's rushed both plays since then for 2 yards and now -4. So a very big 3rd and 12 now for the Falcons, trying to stay in this game nearly midway through the third quarter, trailing by 14. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Caldera, they're in shotgun. They got a new, looks like they got a new rushing back. And now he drops back. He's heavily, and now he gets rid of it to the running back. It's complete inside the 25, inside the 10. And now he's up to about the 6. So that'll be about a 13-yard gain there. So let's see. That was Xavier Clark there with his first reception of the game. And that'll bring up 4th and short. They didn't give him quite as good a spot. They marked him down at the 8. I thought he'd be more like the 6. 4th down, and I guess it'll be 1. Yeah, they give him credit for 10. So 2 receivers to each side now. Xavier Clark in there. And now we got, and I'm sorry, Wayne Day is back in there. And we've got a flag here. And Perry Meridian taking a timeout, making sure they don't lose this chance to get back in the game here, which they would with a touchdown. So wild and woolly doubleheader here. Plainfield got the better end of both games, but Perry Meridian in both cases has made it interesting. 20-12 was the score that ended the freshman game, and now we have a very similar score here in the JV, 20-6. So Plainfield trying to hang on here. Plainfield, and of course, a lesson that I always say is don't leave any points on the field. The Quakers almost took a 3-touchdown lead at the end of the first half, but Carson Works was tackled 2 yards short of the end zone, and then the Quakers got inside the Perry Meridian 30 to start off the second half, but turned it over on downs. And to their credit, the Falcons have responded with a few big plays, including a 48-yard rush by sophomore Wayne Day. And now, if they make this first down conversion, then they will be right in the thick of things. We'll see. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wayne Day in there at running back. Caldera in shotgun. I think every snap in both games has been in shotgun today. Takes it. Hands off to Day, but they're right on top of him, and they don't get the first down. Yes. Yep, they got a little too predictable there, and the Quakers took advantage of it. So with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Plainfield now in the driver's seat with the ball and a 14-point lead and 14 minutes to milk. They take over at their own 11 following a 3-yard loss there by Day, who's probably been the biggest bright spot in this game for the Falcons. So Plainfield now, I'd imagine they'd be pretty conservative, but you never know. I mean, in JV ball, it's a time where, and now first play is going to be good for about 2 yards, and that will be Larison again, who's gotten the bulk of, I think, all of the carries here in the second half. After Carson Works did most of the rushing there in the first half, although Larison did get the touchdown to open the scoring there in the first quarter. And now Perry Meridian has a player down. Plainfield had 3 injuries in the first half. Now Perry Meridian has 1, although he is getting up now and walking off the field on his own power. That is that is Ikanke Inyang. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He is a sophomore for the Falcons. And yeah, I'll tell you, if I were Perry Meridian's regular commentator, I would go to the coach and, ask him to clarify some of these pronunciations for me. They have some that you don't see every day. So now the snap, Stevens, and it's just a little bit, the timing was just a little bit off. He was throwing on a slant pattern there to Shainer there. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Very critical for the Falcons defense here. Stevens has only completed 1 of 5 passes, but it did go 21 yards to Irwin. Stevens replaced Eric Moyers late in the second quarter. So let's see. So it's pass over to the right side, complete to Irwin. He's up to the 20, 25, and I believe he's got the first. So Grant Irwin with his first reception of the game. They give him credit for 11, and he does move the chains. So that's a big play for Plainfield, a big blow to Perry Meridian there. Irwin, the first Quaker with 3 receivers in this game. and 3 receptions in this game, excuse me. And now a low snap, but he pulls it in. Now throws deep down the right side to Irwin, and it's just going to be overthrown. And there could be pass interference here. There was quite a bit of contact that looked more than incidental to me.
And there's a flag down there at the 45, Leck.
Indeed, yes. And also good to see Stevens get a second completion there as well. He's 2 for 6 now. His 2 receptions have gone for 32 yards. So Stevens doing a solid job, for the approximately 1 quarter of action he's had so far. Likely he'll finish the game. Hopefully preserve the win. So now Plainfield will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 40 following that penalty. So now Irwin lining up to the right. 5 different Quakers have caught a pass today. Now we have 3 Quakers lined up to the left here. I believe Larison is still in there at running back. Stevens in shotgun. Takes it, low snap, but he gets it off to Larison. Gets all in the middle, and he's got the first down and more past the 50 up to about the 46. So Troy Larison with what I believe is his biggest gain of the afternoon so far. 12:28 your time of day. Larison with 10 carries now, most of them here in this half. He did score a touchdown in the first half.
Larison really done a nice job of stepping up.
Yeah, so it was Works in the first half, Larison in the second. Both guys doing a solid job. Works had 69 yards. And now handoff again to Larison. He's got another hole, this time inside the 40, spins around, and he could have another first down depending on the spot. It's going to be within a yard at least. Yes, he does move the chains. So Larison now a first down on each of his last 2 carries. I have him 11 for 56 and a touchdown. I have Works 12 for 69. So both the running backs averaging over 5 yards a carry for Plainfield in this game. Very good. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff again to Larison. Why not? And this time he's up for about 5. 2:29 to go. They give him 4 on that one, 12 for 61. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Larison, the running back. Stevens in shotgun. The snap to Larison again. This time they're ready for him, but he gets some room around the right, and he gains a few yards past the 30. So it'll bring up 3rd and fairly short, and even 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Plainfield leading Perry Meridian 20-6. And that's another 3 yards there for Larison. So Plainfield trying to, milk the clock and get that 3-possession lead. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff again to Larison. This time they're right on top of him, and they stop him around the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up another 4th down. Gee, you would hate to turn it over on downs 3 consecutive possessions in your opponent's territory. That's what will happen if they don't get and actually they've got him down for a 1-yard loss, in fact. So be great to get that score, put the game away, but let's see here. 2 receivers to each side now. And now Stevens drops back, throws over to the left side, and it's intercepted, and he's going to have some room. He could go all the way. 1 man to beat, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Yes, he's going to go all the way. So now we've got a much different ball game. It's a 1-possession game. Wait, we got
There's a
we
flag.
got a flag, though.
Yeah, all the way back at the 25.
So let's see. It could be coming back. Well, so let's see.
There's your flag.
Yeah, I mean, it was thrown right to him, and so maybe there was it looks like it's going to be, yeah, it looks like this is going to be coming back. So good break for the Quakers here. So, and had that play counted, that would have been a 1-possession game here late in the 3rd quarter. So as it is now, I guess it'll be an automatic first down for the Quakers. Let's see where they mark it here. So, so Plainfield keeps the drive alive, and they could keep this possession going well into the fourth quarter with a 14-point lead. 12:32 to go now. So now, first and 10 at the 15 for the Quakers. And now I imagine they'd be pretty conservative, but we'll see. So Stevens in shotgun, takes the snap. He hands off, and they're right on top of him, but he gets some room around the right side. And now we have Carson Works back into the game after Troy Larison gets a well-deserved break.
And that official took a big hit there on the sideline.
Yeah, that's being an official is a physically demanding job for sure.
Looks like he's all right.
So Works with his 13th carry of the game. I believe that's his first of the half, however. Mark him down for no gain.
Need to tell him to stop running out of bounds, though. Stopping the clock every time you run out of bounds. And obviously with that big lead.
59 seconds to go now in the third quarter. Plainfield with a 20-6 lead. The game has been pretty well dominated by Plainfield. They've struggled to finish drives, however, and that, combined with a couple of penalties, has kept Perry Meridian in striking distance, but a touchdown here would just about seal it. So now three receivers to the left, one to the right. Grant Irwin is the receiver to the right. Carson Works back into the game at running back. The quarterback is Chris Stevens, who replaced Eric Moyers in the second quarter when Moyers apparently suffered a shoulder injury. So now just a screen pass a little too high, and the way that Stutz ran over to cover it, he was afraid that it was thrown backwards and therefore would count as a rush rather than a pass, which would have made it a live ball. However, it was counted a pass. Stevens 2 for 7 through the air with 32 yards. Both completions to Grant Irwin. So now Irwin to the right, three receivers to the left. The snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He rolls to his right, looks for something, throws into the end zone, and it is almost intercepted, but it's dropped. It's incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. With 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Plainfield still on top 20-6 over Perry Meridian. The Quakers won the varsity game last night 42-7 at Perry Meridian on the south side of Indianapolis. Then this morning won the freshman game here, as you know, in the first game of our doubleheader by a score of 20-12. If you missed that game, no problem. It will, by the time you hear this, it will probably be archived on audiosportsonline.com, the first of our two doubleheaders for you this season. And now we got a relative rarity in JV ball. We have a field goal attempt. Ian Keck, who's 2 for 3 on extra points today, now going for a 33-yard field goal. However, it is nowhere close. And with 46 seconds to go, Plainfield, has on the last three possessions gotten inside the Perry Meridian 30, come up with no points each time, and still letting the Falcons hang in it. So the Falcons are lucky that this game wasn't over at the half. So anyway, glad to have you with us here on audiosportsonline.com for another exciting season of Plainfield Quakers football. And thankfully, Plainfield, one of the few schools that, actually broadcasts its freshman and JV games to let you, the fans, get a look at the future of the program. And we will be back with you again 3 weeks from today on Saturday, October 3rd for another freshman JV doubleheader against the Franklin Grizzly Cubs in Mid-State Conference action. Hope you all will get out here for that one and or tune in. So now Perry Meridian has been given a lot of chances here because Plainfield's drives have stalled. Let's see if they take advantage of it this time. They got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Caldera in shotgun. I believe Wayne Day is still in there at running back. Gets the snap, drops back, throws down the right side, but it's going to be overthrown. Caldera 5 for 11, 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. 41 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Beautiful Saturday afternoon at Plainfield. Got a really nice crowd here. And because of doubling up the freshmen and JV, it's really increased attendance, which is great to see. And with all the sporting events that have been canceled this year or devoid of fans, it's great to give these fans a chance to see some exciting sports in person here and on a beautiful day. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now handoff there today. He breaks a tackle. He's past the 25, past the 30. He's got the first down. So Wayne Day, probably the player of the game for the Falcons. I will be, watching to see that young man walk up, climb up the ladder for this program that's trying to, establish itself in football after several down years. Day now 13 for 73 on the game after 12 on that one. Also as a touchdown, the only score for the Falcons now. Caldera, screen pass, it is caught, and he pitches back to Day, and he's got a first down and more. We'll see. I think they're going to mark him forward progress up to the first down, but let's see. Wow. Good trick play there on the flea flicker. So, okay, they marked him down a yard short. Nevertheless, a very exciting play. And now, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So, your Plainfield Quakers trying to hang on for the victory here, 10 minutes away from doing it. Your score here on audiosportsonline.com, Plainfield 20, Perry Meridian 6. Our second broadcast of the season and our first doubleheader of the season. And don't forget also, in addition to being able to watch these exciting games anytime, feel free to check out every Monday the Brian Woodard Show, an up-close and personal interview with the Plainfield head coach. We already have 4 or 5 episodes up this season. And the episodes stay up there all season long, so you can listen to them anytime at your convenience. And so, anyway, quick recap. Plainfield has basically dominated the game, but on their last 3 possessions, they've had a turnover on downs at the Perry Meridian 2, then another turnover on downs inside the Perry Meridian 30, and then a missed 33-yard field goal. And so their lead remains only 14 points, and the Falcons still with an outside shot here, especially if they get a touchdown early in this quarter, which would make it a 1-possession game. Running back Wayne Day has had several big moments for the Falcons, including their only touchdown. Meanwhile, for the Quakers, Troy Larison has a rushing touchdown, and starting quarterback Eric Moyers threw 2 touchdown passes before being injured late in the second quarter. So now for the Falcons, high snap, but he gets it. He's got some room over on the right side. He might or might not have the first down. It depends on where they spot it. It'll be close. Caldera showing some good mobility there, and he's shown a good arm in this game. But yeah, he's going to be short of the first. In fact, they might even give him a loss of 1. We'll see. So they marked him down for no gain. So now 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Day still in there at running back. Caldera in shotgun. Now walks up apparently to say something to the center. Takes a snap. It's high. He gives it to Day, but they're right on top of him, and they bring him down for a loss, so it's going to be 4th down. Great coverage there by the Quakers as we hit the 9-minute mark here in the 4th quarter, and they're trying to close out this win. And that's going to be a 3-yard loss there for Day. So 4th and 4. And Plainfield can pretty well put it in a deep freeze if the Falcons do not get this conversion here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A weak snap, but he gets it. Throws a screen pass. He's got it, and he's going to get the first down and more. Past the 50. That's Day there, by the way, on the reception on the screen pass. He weaves his way up to about the 47 or 48, showing a lot of toughness there. So that's going to be a gain of about 13 yards there by Wayne Day. Possibly game-saving play there. They give him credit for 13. Calder a 6 for 12 through the air now. So now 1st and 10 at the Plainfield 48. And now screen pass. It's incomplete. And if he had it, it would have been at least close to a first down. The intended receiver there was Landon Egan there for the Falcons, bringing up 2nd and 10, 8:03 to go. We're coming at you live from Plainfield High School in the southwest suburbs of Indianapolis. Plainfield, all things considered, off to a very good start in the regular season. Now there's the snap and throws up the middle, and this time he dropped it. So 2 times in a row he goes to Egan. Both times it's incomplete. So now that brings up a very big 3rd and 10 for the Falcons, 7:59 to go. They did convert on 4th and 4 on their last series of downs. $7:59 to go. Plainfield trying to, close out the win. Another bad snap, but he pulls it in, throws up the middle. He's got a man open, and it is dropped.
Boy, that was a fingertip away from being a great catch there, Leck.
Yeah, it is. So now all of a sudden 3 incompletions in a row when it was 1st and 10. Now it's 4th and 10. I assume that Perry Meridian will go for it again, 7:54 to go. The only good thing about it is that they've only lost a few seconds off the clock since that first down, but they're going to have to get the 10 yards here. And if they don't, then Plainfield will have a good shot to just, really start milking the clock. So 2 receivers to each side. Oh, it's a bad snap, and he chases it down. He's going to have to get rid of it. He throws deep. It's up for grabs, and it's just over his head.
He actually had a guy open there, Leck, but he had to get rid of it so quickly that he didn't have time to.
Yeah, Caleb Mcbride made a good dive at it, but, the disappointing way for the Falcons to end with 4 consecutive incompletions. So now Plainfield takes over, 7:48 to go at their own 48, and I'd imagine they would be very conservative. They have their backup quarterback in there, Chris Stevens, replacing the injured Eric Moyers. Hopefully his injury is not serious. But he did go down and appeared to have Sav's shoulder pain there late in the second quarter. Stevens, in place of Moyers, has completed 2 of 7 passes for 32 yards, both receptions to Grant Irwin. So now the Quakers take over here, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Troy Larison, who had a touchdown earlier, is in there at running back. Snap. Larison gets it. He's up the middle, and and now he breaks a tackle, and he's going to be very close to the first down. I think he has it. It depends on the spot, but I think he just got it.
He was about 1 tackle away.
Yeah.
From going the distance.
Yep. So good job for Larison. Now I have him 15 for 73 and a touchdown. A very good game for both of the running backs who've played today, Larison as well as Carson Works. Works a junior and Larison a sophomore. So 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's a snap. Hands off. And Larison is also, and he's grabbed by the jersey and now brought down by 3 or 4 Falcons. He's going to be down for about a 4-yard gain. Three-yard pickup there by Larison. And if they just average that 3.4 yards the rest of the way, they should be able to, milk all or most of the clock. Now 6:52 to go in counting. Plainfield still trying to hang on and close this one out. 20-6. Struggled to finish drives today, but other than that, played very well. Braden Mills and one other receiver now lined up to the right. Grant Irwin to the left. Troy Larison, the running back. Chris Stevens takes it, hands it off to Larison. He's got some room. He could have the first down. He does and more. So, Works carrying almost every rush in the first half, and Larison in the second. They stopped him short of the first down, but nevertheless, a good pickup by Larison. 6:11 to go now. Plainfield with a 14-point lead, just trying to close it out. And now a handoff to Larison. He's got the first down and more inside the 25. So that'll be a gain of about 8 or 9. 6 minutes even to go. The clock will stop to move the chains. They mark him down at the 24. So 1st and 10 at the 24 for the Quakers. They've come up with 0 points on their last 3 drives, despite getting inside the Perry Meridian 30 every time. They'd like to close out this game with at least one more score. So now, there's the handoff. And now they're right on top of him. Larison gets up for maybe 1 or 2. So they give him credit for 1 there. 5:29 to go and counting. Larison, by my count, 19 rushes, 92 yards. So closing in on the century mark. 5:18 to go. Plainfield leading by 14. Should have this one. Snap. Gives it to Larison. And this, now they got Carson Works back in there, And this time he's up for about 2 or 3.
You got to give Plainfield a lot of credit, Leck, here in the second half. Despite having a backup quarterback, and they haven't scored points, but despite having a backup quarterback, they've moved the ball on every drive. They've taken up a lot of time. They've won the field position battle, and Works and Larison have done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, neither one's been flashy, but they've each consistently gotten around 5 yards a carry. And like I said, as long as you do 3.4, you're going to keep moving the chains. So now fake handoff to Works, throws into the end zone. There could be pass interference here, and I think there is, yes.
Yeah, there it is. That was an easy call, Leck.
Yeah. Antonio Williams, the intended receiver there for Plainfield. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Falcons. And now 4:28 to go. Plainfield very close to clinching this one. But, yeah, you definitely want to get the score here after falling short on the last 3 possessions inside your opponent's 30. So now the Quakers have the ball 1st and 10 at the 10. 1st and goal, in fact. So now Williams to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Carson Works gets the carry, takes it over to the right side. He's inside the 10 and hit about the 7. And the clock keeps on ticking. 4:19 to go now. So so Works now 15 for 75. 2nd down and goal at the 7. So Williams and one other receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. Works the running back. Works gets it again, and he's up the middle, and he could go all the way. He does. Touchdown.
What a nice effort that time. What a nice effort.
Carson Works takes it in 7 yards for the score, and that seals the deal. Your score with 3:46 to go in the game. Plainfield 26, Perry Meridian 6 with the conversion pending. So it's great, and I'll tell you, I think it's so important that they finish the drive after stalling on the last 3. So now Keck trying to make it 3 for 4 on the game on extra points. Let's see here. The snap and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:46 to go, your Plainfield Quakers have virtually clinched this game. After falling short on their last 3 drives, they convert this one and take a 3-touchdown lead with 3:46 remaining. So should get out of here with the win now. So, and I'll tell you, that's I think especially important to do that with your backup quarterback into the game. Obviously, losing your top quarterback there in the second quarter, concerning. But Chris Stevens, all things considered, I think he's handled it pretty well, and it has certainly slowed down the passing offense. But Stevens has still been a good game manager, and the running back combination of Carson Works and Troy Larison has really, it has not been spectacular, but it's been very, very solid. And even though it didn't produce any points until that last possession, it did keep Perry Meridian's offense off the field.
Yeah, great job. And coming in, you don't even know you're going to be playing and have to step in. Great job.
Yeah, definitely. So, and also, and now it's into the end zone for the touchback there. But also another great thing about it is that it gave gave Works a touchdown too. I mean, after all the carries that he's had, 16 carries, so he definitely deserved to get the score there. And then also 19 carries for Larison. So 39 rushes for Plainfield in this game, compared to only 12 passes. So more than a 3-to-1 rush pass ratio. And obviously, part of, football is sometimes you have to change your game plan on short notice, like when your quarterback gets injured. So now Caldera throws downfield, and it is out of bounds. The intended receiver was Caleb Mcbride. So now Caldera showed some promise at points in this game, but, down the stretch, his accuracy has been off. And so now that's 5 consecutive incompletions now for Caldera, who is a 5'11", 165-pound sophomore, though he has shown some promise today, as did his freshman counterpart. So now I don't even know. I'm not sure who the intended receiver was there, but nevertheless, it was incomplete. And that is keeping the game going longer now. 3:39 to go, 12:55 to go. So we've been here nearly 4 hours now. And I'm not complaining. I'm just so thankful to have football to commentate this season. It's just I'm so thankful to Plainfield for bringing us in to do these freshman and JV games. It's always a pleasure, and especially since we feared that we weren't going to have a season at all. So now Caldera drops back to pass again, throws deep down field again, and again intended for Mcbride, but incomplete. So now 7 consecutive incompletions now for Ivan Caldera, bringing up 4th and 10. And as always, we thank the wonderful athletic staff here at Plainfield. They are always such a pleasure to work with. This is my 9th year of commentating Quakers football here on audiosportsonline.com. This is like a second home to me. So now at least one more play for the Falcons. And now he throws it up the middle, and this one is dropped. Could have been caught. It was catchable. So that's 2 consecutive series of downs, 4 incompletions by Caldera. So, but that young man has brighter days ahead of him. He did do a lot of good tonight, for much of the game. But he was obviously put in a desperate situation late and does not have a first-class passing core to throw to. So now Plainfield will take over at their 20. I would imagine they would be very conservative and just try to milk the clock here. So here's the handoff. This time it's Larison, and he gets 1 or 2 yards, and I'd imagine they will just, probably rush on every play. Larison, I have him now 20 for 93, still with a shot to get to 100 today. 3:09 to go. So Williams now to the right, Leclerc to the left, Larison the running back, Stevens in shotgun, Takes the snap, and he's up the middle, and he's inside the 15 up to about the 12. So Larison now, they got him 3rd and 2. So now by my count, that brings Larison to an even 100 yards on the game, also has a touchdown. 3rd and 2 now, 2:30 to go in the game. Plainfield, I think, just trying to get the game over with because all the heavy passing late has really stretched it out. But again, just, great feeling to be here today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And now this time Larison dropped for a loss with 2:12 to go. That'll bring up 4th down. No, actually they marked him for no gain then. So I have Larison for 22 rushes, 100 yards, and 1 touchdown, making him the only 100-yard rusher in either of our 2 games today. 1:47 to go. So now, hands off to Larison again, and he, I think, is going to have the first down. Let's see where they mark him. If he does, then Plainfield will be able to run out the rest of the game. The clock stops with 1:29 to go.
They refer to that as a generous spot.
I think the referees just want to go home too. They've been here 4 hours. But yeah, so it is a first down. So overall, a very good day for Quakers football. After the JV team, after the varsity team won at Perry Meridian last night, 42-7, the Quakers complete the clean sweep here in the doubleheader that we brought to you here on audiosportsonline.com, winning the freshman game earlier today, 20-12, and now a handoff to Larison, and he scores a touchdown on a 10-yard rush. So Troy Larison with his 2nd touchdown of the game, and now with 1:01 to go, it is Plainfield 33, Perry Meridian 6 with the extra point pending. Yeah, Larison opened the scoring on a 1-yard rush in the first quarter with 6:27 to go. Then Moyer struck with a couple of touchdown passes, and then now the Quakers finished the scoring with a couple of late touchdown rushes, and now Keck kicks the extra point. So he, after missing his first, he's hit it all 4 since then. So, I figured that after they took over on downs there, they would just run out the rest of the clock. But, I don't blame them for going for the score after they stalled on those 3 consecutive drives. Nice to finish off with 2. Nice to finish off with 2 touchdown drives. And now we've got a Falcon down. It is Ashton Smith. He is a junior for the Falcons. Hopefully he'll be okay. We had 3 Quakers injured in the first half. Now 2 Falcons injured here in the second half. But anyway, once again, Plainfield will return to action and for their next varsity game next Friday night down at Greenwood High School against the longtime conference rival Greenwood Woodmen. It's always a good rivalry there. And then a week from Friday in week 6, they return home against their fiercest rival, the regional rival Decatur Central Falcons, who've beaten us 10 straight times and who we're due to get a victory over. And then the week after that, 2 weeks from Friday, the Quakers will be down in Franklin to face the vastly improved Grizzly Cubs, who were the turnaround story of the year last year in Indiana high school football. So I hope you all will get out to all of those games if you can. And now we got a kickoff coming here, as Perry Meridian will get one more shot on offense. Whoa. And it's into the end zone for a touchback. So Keck, quite a leg there. He's gotten several of his kickoffs into the end zone today. And now Perry Meridian with 1:01 to go will take over at the 20. And for one thing, I think they'll at least try something on offense. I think for one thing is I don't think they want Caldera to go into next week with his last 8 passes being incompletions. I think they want to try to finish the game on a positive note here, but we'll see. Nevertheless, I do look forward to seeing him on the varsity team in a couple of years. Just like, his JV or his freshman counterpart, Huckabee, who showed a lot of promise in the freshman game. So now Caldera, and this one is caught, and he's got the first down, brought down at about the 36. So that was Aiden Barker there on the reception there. So now with 51 seconds to go and counting, the Falcons trying to close the game with at least one more score. 43 seconds to go, 1:03 your time of day. And now throws up the middle, and this one is caught, and he's inside the 45, inside the 40, now up to about the 36. So all of a sudden a late offensive explosion by the Falcons. That was Landon Egan there. The two narrowly misconnected on a couple of passes earlier in the game. So now Perry Meridian finishing the game on a positive note. 33 seconds to go. The clock still stopped while they're moving. Stopped while they're moving the chains. So now 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Day still in there at running back. And now screen pass, and it is almost intercepted. It was nearly grabbed there by Jeremiah Ducat, a sophomore for Plainfield. 21 seconds to go now. So we're having an exciting finish to this game. That Plainfield is otherwise pretty well dominated. 34-6, it looks like it's going to be your final score, barring a late score here. And it wasn't even as close as the final score indicated, just that Plainfield, after losing, Moyers stalled on 3 consecutive drives inside the opponent 30. But now Caldera, he's got the catch, but it's going to be only for about 4 yards, and the clock will continue ticking. And there very well probably will not be another play run. 5 seconds, they are trying to get it in motion. And 2, 1, and yeah, they get the play off, so let's see what happens. So Caldera throws now, and it is caught inside the 20, but he's brought down immediately, and that will be the game. So, exciting morning and afternoon of football. Produces 2 victories for your Plainfield Quakers, completing the weekend sweep over the conference rival Perry Meridian Falcons. Last night in the varsity game, Plainfield won at Perry Meridian 42-7. This morning in the freshman game, they won 20-12. And finally in the JV game, Plainfield wins 34-6. And we invite you to join us 3 weeks from today for another freshman junior varsity doubleheader as your Plainfield Quakers host the Franklin Grizzly Cubs.
All right, so that's going to do it for us. He's Lex Zorn. I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks, Lex. You did a great job.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time here on Plainfield Football.
See ya.